Hi, and welcome to another video here at the Window Cleaning Store. Today I want to talk to you about filling up DI canisters for use in making pure water. Now, if you have an existing canister already that's full of spent DI resin, you probably have a couple of choices available to you. You can either just dump the old one out and then just flush this out, or some of you, I know you're getting your DI regenerated, in which case you can just kind of stockpile it in a pail, and then when you got enough, you just ship it over and get it regenerated. But today's episode is just basically on how to fill these up properly. I got a brand new one here, and in the case of if you have a brand new one and even an old one thing to note is that many of them that have this black ring on here, I find with some of them they're kind of loose, and you don't want to lose it, so just make sure that this doesn't go make a disappearing act while you're working with it. Now you open up the other end, and like I said, in this case it's a brand new one. If it was an old one, after opening it up, you would have found your little donut, foam donut. On a new one here, the donut kind of looks like this. I say donut, it's not really a donut until you take this little middle piece out. Quite often you'll see it like that, but you don't really need this piece, so we'll just toss that aside. So we're just going to put this off to the side, take a look, make sure there's no contaminants inside here. And over here I've got my 5-gallon sealable pail of DI resin. Now anytime you buy DI, you want to make sure that it doesn't dry out, so you want to seal it in a nice airtight bag or Rubbermaid container kind of thing, rectangular container, or like I said, what I have here, which is a 5-gallon pail. So I'll open that up, and my DI resin's in here. It's still feeling pretty moist. You want it to be, keep it damp in storage. Don't want to let it dry out. If it dries out, it'll go bad. So for filling it up, I just use a paper cup. This is actually kind of smaller than I'd like to use, but just for the demonstration here, we'll show you. You want to be careful. You don't want to just be flopping this stuff about. You don't want to get these little beads all over the place, especially on a hard floor. Could cause a hazard there. So just make sure that you're pretty precise in dumping the DI resin in. After several goes, you want to just do a little tap, makes it a little bit more compact, and then you can just continue on. And you're going to want to fill it up until it's pretty full, and like I said, every once in a while you're going to do that little tap. You can even shake it side to side and just keep going. Okay, so I'm just filling up the very top portion of it now, kind of pushing it down with my little paper cup. Well, of course, you're going to want to make sure there's enough room for that little foam donut, which acts as a added filtering. Probably get just a little bit more. And keep in mind that even though this looks pretty full, once this gets full of water, when you have it hooked up in your housing and you turn on your water, once this gets filled with water, it'll actually become more and more packed down. So there'll actually end up being more space in here, but that's okay. As long as we get it up pretty full and put our little foam in there. And then we'll cap it off, making sure that this circle here goes into the middle of the donut area. You want to make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. Flip it over. Again, we've got, like I said, make sure our little rubber gasket's there, and we're all set. And when reinstalling back into your housing, of course, you're going to want to pay attention to the arrow that's on here that tells you the flow of the water. So there you go. That's changing out DI resin into a DI canister. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.